don't worry about it. If this would be actually the case, like 90% of all releases on this planet would have to be erased.
Don't get too close.
Hey guys, hey music nerds, hey my music producer friends and DJs. It's Monday. As you know, Mondays are usually big business days. Catching up all of the stuff. Ja, Phone Calls. Hallo? Ich wollte eigentlich nur kurz die nächsten Releases planen und wollte fragen, okay, that was like a quite long phone call with my distributor. I'm planning today all of the AXSENS releases, and that's taking a lot of time for the rest of the entire year. 6 tracks that will be coming up. I also have to deal with this. That's again my taxes for 2016. I already did all of that, but I apparently didn't do it right. They asked me to do it again. It's always big fun. And you might have noticed I'm wearing the first test print of AXSENS merchandise. That's like the first basic shirt. It still needs a little bit of improvement. The A needs to be like a centimeter higher, and it's still missing the print and the back. But the second I'm happy with it and it's all finished, I will show you all of the merch and the store will go online. I also managed to find someone that will send it worldwide for a very fair price, which makes all of this possible. And since it's a boring business day and there's nothing I can teach you, show you, because I'm not even working on music today, it's time for another edition of Q&A. First question is, first plugin to buy, or any advice for plugins what you think are the money worth? So I think first plugin or first program you should buy is of course a DAW. If you buy, for example, Logic, Ableton, Cubase, they already come with plenty of plugins. So you have a nice basic selection that will get you anywhere you want. If you want to do more specialized things, I would extremely advise you to get a synthesizer, something that will boost your creativity. That's way more important than the sound EQing, compression and these kind of things. So Diva is really good. And if you do more like future-based dubstep, a newer style of electronic music, then go with Serum. Both are, I think, like around 160, 180 euros. But I actually made an entire video about my top 10 plugins. I will link it up at the end of this video. Do you know how to write and read music notes? Yes, but very, very, very basic. So I would have a sheet of notes. I could play it, but I would have to train and kind of like. And do you think it's important to know these things to be a producer? No, not really. You don't need to be able to read notes, but you should definitely be able to know what a key is and what notes are part of the key, and hear if things are clashing. Because as long as it's not clashing, everything is allowed. The second it just doesn't fit and is wrong, it sounds really awkward. You might get away in experimental music with these kind of things, but for like electronic dance music, it should definitely be in key. What will be your next step to grow as an EDM producer? I think I said it already in like yesterday's vlog or 2 days ago, like to actually employ someone that will help me to take care of a couple of those business things I have to deal with every day. I have the feeling I'm making more business kind of stuff than actually focusing on producing music, especially in the last 2 or 3 months. I still somehow managed to make a track like every 2 months or every month, but I think it would be better to make more and be able to select like half of them, just not release them and pick just the better ones. The next one is actually a funny question. Is it safe to release music when the DAW is pirated and the samples are also pirated samples? Means the kick, the snare, the heads, and also the plugins I use are pirated. Will this have an impact when signing contracts with a label? Yes, I'm a student and cannot afford so much money. So first of all, let me get really quick just on the topic of pirated software, plugins, and samples. I personally think it's kind of okay, but on the other hand, it's not. So I understand both sides. There are a lot of producers that really don't have the money, that just want to start out, have a sneak peek into the music production world, and they just download these things illegally, use it, and start making music. So a really tough topic, but before you do not make music, get that stuff somehow. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this topic. Is it okay to use pirated software or not? Do you think like it's really like criminal and illegal? Do you think there should be an option for young producers to get that stuff for free, or just have like educational versions that are way cheaper than the ones that are available? I think at the end, the more people get access to being able to make music, at the end the developer will make way more money, because their products are scaling extremely well. It's just like a software download. They make it once and they can sell millions of copies without any extra costs. So the more people get into making music, the more money they will make. But as I said, it's like a controversial topic. I personally would do anything to be able to make music, even if it means to get an illegal copy of a plugin to make the track that I have in my head. Okay, let's get to the next question. I hope I won't be roasted in the comments too much for that, but if you have a drive for something, you will do anything. And to get back to the question, it doesn't matter. If you produce a track with illegal software and not paid samples, you can still release it with any label. You won't get into any trouble. There is no way finding out if you paid for it or not, so don't worry about it. If this would be actually the case, like 90% of all releases on this planet would have to be erased. What's the hardest EDM What's the hardest EDM style to make in your opinion? I think I already mentioned it once. I would say, like, for me personally, dubstep, because it's consisting of so many small weird sounds that you all have to construct, a lot of sound design, a lot of small pieces, a lot of change. I think that's something that takes quite a lot of work. And it's hard to make it sound cool and not just like noise and shit. How does the AXSENS approval process look after we submitted our demos? So if you don't know, I have a label, AXSENS Music, that's like the logo. You can send me your demo, the link is in the description. I listen to all of the tracks at least like twice a month, and you will get a response if I like the track and want to release it or not. There is no real process. I listen to it. If I like it, you get an email with a contract. If I don't like it, you get an email with, sorry, it doesn't fit to the label. It's not really my style. It's my label. It's my personal choice. The only thing that might help you to get onto the label is actually making a track with vocals, because that's basically what the label is all about. Listen to the past releases. If you think yours is close in quality and style, then just send it to me. Can you put this question in the vlog? ? And then there's nothing. Good job. But it's in the vlog. How do you convince your parents about making music? That's a tough one. It so depends on your parents. I'm lucky. Both of my parents are artists, so they're creative people. They know what it's like being a self-employed in a creative business field, which is extremely tough. You're making something no one needs. It's not toilet paper, so you will have to make it good so that people actually want it. With art, it's even way more complicated than with music. It's way harder to tell if the quality is good. If a track sounds good and catchy, it will somehow work, but with art, it's even way more abstract. But yeah, if your parents don't really like that you make music, still just do it. If you really want it, they will eventually recognize that you really want it. If you really want it, you will succeed, and the second you succeed, your parents will give you a less hard time about you making music. How often do you encounter CPU lag at the end of projects with a MacBook? Every single time. A lot. It's horrible. I even sometimes bounce out all of the tracks and export them to another project without all of the plugins just to be able to mix it. It's horrible. I need a computer, a new one, as soon as possible, but I'm still waiting for Apple to upgrade the computers to 32 gigabytes of RAM, because right now I have 16 and the newest ones also just take 16, so there's not really a point getting a new one at the moment. Stupid question. Are you planning to marry Vanessa one day? If not, I will do it. Yeah, let's just leave that uncommented. How much will they cost? That's a question to the shirt. I still don't really know, but I will try to make them as inexpensive as possible. I hope I can make them for like 18 euros. Right around 18 euros. I don't know. I will have to see, because I still decided actually which shirt. Like, that's a test shirt, the test print. And it's one size too big for me, so I can't tell if it's really fitting, so I need to order like 5-6 more different shirts and see which one is the best, has like the best quality, best price. Because if I make something, I want to make it good for you. I don't want to send you stuff that is just shit. Hello, John. Hi. But John, please, without the H. What is your favorite part in making music and creating your music? The favorite part, basically finishing it. or releasing it. Those two are like the points that I like the most, because like all of the hard work is behind you and you have a product that is finished and you can kind of put out there and release it and share it with everyone. So yeah, finishing, releasing, the hardest parts, but also the most fun parts. I think that's it for today. It's already really late. I need to head back home, get dinner, and wake up tomorrow early because I have an appointment at my favorite place in the world. Not looking forward to it, but you will find out tomorrow. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you want to submit your questions for the next Q&A, probably next Monday. And also don't forget about the giveaway of the keyboard. You can still participate, just leave a comment down below. Almost damaged my turntable. Leave a comment down below with why or what you like about the channel. Also subscribe and enable the notifications, and I will pick a winner on Friday. That's it. I really need to hurry up. It's late.
I will be the best that you ever had. Yeah, I'm gonna be the one to make your ex mad. One night like this is all I ever need.